Welcome to Mary Alice.
What did you do?
We are a Desperate Housewives recap podcast with me, Erin McGee.
And me, Jakob Tanzi. Two best friends breaking down each episode until we answer the ultimate question, Mary Alice, what did you do?
Unless, of course, we have finished season 1, in which case, insert new mystery here.
Yes, there's a lot to unpack on Wisteria Lane.
Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
So get comfortable and let's get into this week's episode. Hello!
Hello! How are we doing?
We are fine, I guess. How are you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was really trying to bring it with enthusiasm. We're okay, Erin.
Yeah, we're doing
middle of the
just
road.
fine. You know, you
Minimal.
win some, you lose some. I finally got a sofa. Third time's a charm. First
Third
one
time.
didn't fit. Second one was too heavy. The delivery men would not bring it upstairs. Third time, we've got a sofa.
Is this like a new woke remake of The Three Bears?
And the third one was just comfy enough. And no comfier.
Is it comfy?
Yeah, it's good. I added some pillows and it was grand, so
That's
we're
nice.
thriving.
I really like that we're going to, like, I can see each week your setup.
It's getting a little more.
Yeah, and it's really nice. Like, I can see Troye Sivan now.
Yes.
And a random man's crotch.
Yes, you can. Isn't it great?
On the album cover, to be very clear.
Keep them guessing, Aaron.
You gotta keep people guessing, and I can see all the storage of all your beautiful video games starting to video games. Oh my goodness, all of your board games. I mean, this segues nicely into the fact that I've been ill, so my brain is not 100% with it.
Indeed. So bear with Erin.
I feel like we say that every week now. It's like, just please just bear with us. Spare us. Spare.
And you can see my lovely wall calendar here. I was very, very brave, and I hammered a nail into my beautifully painted wall after the disaster that was yesterday.
I'm so proud of you. I don't remember what I said in response when you messaged me about it, but
Something
I know
about
it
a
wasn't
stud
helpful.
finder, which actually was helpful because I'm going to order one. I went to hang up curtains with my mother, and so I started to drill into my wall that I nearly died painting from all the stress it gave me.
And then 25 layers.
Yeah, and first bracket, put it in, squint. We're not talking about it, Erin. I can see it now. It's laughing at me in its angle, but it was in. Went to drill another one further along the wall, immediately hit metal. It's not a pipe.
That's what I said. I was like,
Yes,
pipe?
yeah. But now I have a hole in my wall where I can't attach anything, and I don't know how far the metal extends. So my mum was like, just put another hole, we'll see. And I'm like, I'm not just like gonna put random holes in the wall and hope for the best. She's like, oh, little dot of paint will fix it. I'm like, no! Oh my God. So, you win some, you lose some.
And that's why I politely suggest a stud finder.
I think I'm gonna ask my mum I'm gonna get extra curtains. I'm gonna ask her to extend their length and then hang them from the ceiling. Because originally I wanted to hang them from the ceiling, but they weren't long enough. And now I'm like, well, if I'm gonna raise the bracket X amount of height anyway to avoid metal, there's gonna be a gap regardless. So I think that's the best course of action.
Can I just say, full wall, like from the ceiling to the floor curtains are so chic. I love that look. Mine aren't quite the ceiling, but they're close enough to make me happy. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I do have a stud finder, but we don't see each other anymore. We only communicate via Zoom. But if you want to borrow it, and actually we have a lot of tools. Shout out to Rory's dad. Keeps us well stocked.
Stunning. Good to know people like that. I mean, I have a big pile of tools that belong to someone as well, and now they're just kind of in the way, but I don't want to give them back yet because I'm not done painting everything. So
Whose are they?
Rory's and his dad's.
Rory Taylor.
Yeah. Oh,
Different Rory.
yeah.
I was like, how do you have Rory? I have Rory's dad's
That's
tools.
why you have to keep borrowing them from Rory's dad, because I keep borrowing them from Rory.
So I've been home alone this week. I've been a single mum who works 2 jobs. It's just been me and the cat. And the way I love her so much, and she loves me so much, She is so sick of me. She's like, it's you again?
How is the circus?
Oh, yes. I bought, not sponsored by Pets at Home, but please, in fact, I've never wanted a sponsor more badly in my life. Please, Pets at Home, if you're listening to this, let me know. At least send me a voucher. I'm dying out here. They had brought out this weird circus range, so I had to buy Maggie a circus pop-up tent, a circus. Actually, this is Maurice, the cat. This is little Maurice. Thumbnail.
One day we'll start doing video episodes, and shit like this is going to be gold.
We're gonna be like Taylor Swift releasing them from the vault. But yeah, so we got Maurice, and Rory obviously thought I was insane. Anyway, needless to say, Rory's right now with his family in Cumbria, and they've just been to Pets at Home and bought basically all the rest of the range. It's still gonna be in my house, so I think she's got a Dodgem car coming. she's got a fake candy floss toy. I don't know why I'm saying fake. It's very obvious that Pets at Home aren't like, here's some candy floss for your cat. There's a hookah duck, but it's a wand toy, which I thought was very cool. All sorts, and yeah, she's having the best time. She's the most spoiled little girl in the world. She's been very nice to me while I've been ill, because I've just not... I felt bad that Rory left and I wasn't able to give her my best, you know? So there's been a lot of half-hearted playing by me of like... But she's taken it very well. She isn't here right now. I think she's hearing me speak so much. Yeah. She's so sick of me. Even though I've made a really nice setup for her here, because we're doing a double, and I thought, oh, she's going to miss me. Hasn't happened yet.
Maybe for the next episode.
I took out this microphone and she went, nope. She was in here with me, took out the microphone, out of here.
She knew I was coming is probably what it was. She hates me.
She's turned on you ever since you approached me from the back.
I
know, that's crazy. We're going to have to rectify that.
Yeah.
Don't call my cat a bitch. Please, call me a bitch. I deserve it. This episode was, from what I remember, okay.
I love this episode. This has some great moments in it.
It does have some great moments. I don't know. So I watched this Friday. Let me make sure that Let's start talking about it. Maybe I'll realize that I liked it more than I thought.
It's called, this is episode 218, and it's called Everyone Says Don't.
It isn't. It's called Everybody Says Don't.
Man, I am not locking in with the episode titles.
You're doing remix after remix.
Calling all desperados.
Are you enjoying the pod?
Want to access our episodes early and support Erin and I to keep the show running?
Well, now you can.
Over at patreon.com/modded, you can support the show for as little as £3 a month.
Why, Jakub, that's less than the price of the coffees that keep us coherent during records.
Truly, no joke. You can get a shout out from us here, access episodes a whole day earlier than everyone else, and even get access to occasional bonus watch along episodes.
Ooh.
We're aiming for monthly.
But no pressure. Seriously.
We love you either way.
It's just there if you're looking for a way to show your appreciation and help us keep doing what we do.
Want to support the show for free? Tell a friend.
Tell your mother.
Tell your aunt who you know loves Desperate Housewives.
Tell your therapist.
Tell your ex-boyfriend.
No, do not break no contact. But tell anyone who might enjoy our ramblings.
And leaving a review helps more than you know.
We love you, desperados.
That's patreon.com/modded. MAWDYD.
Now, back to the episode.
Mary Alice voiceover.
There's no point trying to get that as in sync anymore, because I listened back to the last episode and went, oh.
Mary Alice voiceover tells us about Bree's sobriety journey since the last episode. On the first day, she found an old cork that reminded her of a particular favourite wine, so she called her sponsor, who came over with a DVD. What do we think the DVD was?
I think it was Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I buy it, especially because the guy, he kind of gives like Indiana Jones vibes, you know. Peter, is that his name? Yeah.
Yes, his name is Peter.
Yeah, okay. 5 days later, he brought over cards. A week after that, Chinese food, hopefully not from the same place we ordered. And by day 20, by day 20, Brie wasn't thinking about alcohol anymore because she had replaced her addiction with a new addiction.
I like how this is done for many reasons. First of all, you know, you should not be an addict day one, entering a relationship with another addict, blah, blah, blah. It is delightful to see Brie Vandekamp eating a Chinese takeaway and drinking a Diet Coke with lime, which is an obvious product placement, by the way, which I wrote in my notes. And you want to know how I know it's obvious? Because next episode, Andrew's drinking a Diet Coke with lime. It came back and I went, oh, I was right.
A Diet Coke with lime. So we settle on a shot of Brie playing chess with her sponsor when she very randomly just gives him a little kiss on the cheek. And he asks what that was for. He seems kind of shocked. And she just says, I was just giving a little kiss. It is so random. I think Brie needs some smoother moves. She's a bit out of the dating game. I don't think George counted.
I will say, in my personal experience, and again, very, very personal experience, women, straight women, don't tend to have game.
Well, yeah, I mean, Brie certainly doesn't. She literally, like, it was giving, like, a motherly kiss, like a little, mwah, okay, have a good day, kids.
I have to say that during the last episode's recording, we didn't leave this in, but towards the end of the episode, I did in fact remember who this man is and where the storyline ends up. I think that's very important for the rest of this. Other notes, this man is nowhere near Brie's normal type, and I think that is significant. It's to show just how much she is willing to replace one addiction with another.
Yes.
This isn't Brie was never going to fall in love with this man, especially not at this point in her journey. Also, Peter has nice arms. Next,
we don't need to know what happens now. Okay, Peter, who seems very shaken, reveals that as well as being a recovering alcoholic, he's also part of Sex Addicts Anonymous, or SA, which, I don't know, I just thought that was an unfortunate acronym that obviously doesn't have the same meaning now, but I literally was like, I had to do like a double take when I watched that.
People need to be so careful with acronyms. At one of my old jobs, we had an annual statistical survey, which was just known as the ASS. you gotta be careful when you're naming stuff.
Oh my god. So Brie doesn't even believe him, thinking that's just a bit silly, really. And we find out that he's been not having sex for a year, and Brie gives him another little kiss just to sort of show him that he can handle it, only for Peter to lunge at her, rip his t-shirt off like he's a stripper with a tearaway outfit.
I love that.
Basically like throw her onto the table, and then he snaps out of it when a vase smashes, and he literally makes a run for it, like shirtless into the lane. And but Brie seems to be having a lovely time.
This is so not okay that he's confessed that he has a sex addiction, and she basically gives an alcoholic a drink. Not even that, forces a drink down an alcoholic's throat. It's not okay. But there's a lot of symbolism here, I think, for me personally. I have always said that the Vandekamp dining table is the symbol of kind of Rex and Brie's marriage. There's a lot of talks around it. There's a lot of, whenever they have a conversation, there's just like unspoken feeling, even later in the seasons, that Rex is there in some way whenever they're at this table. And then they've got them kind of starting this romantic thing on top of the dining table, slightly disrespecting it. And then like the vase smashes. I don't know. It's almost like Rex from Beyond the Grave is like, don't do that. Don't do that.
I see it.
I see it.
I And now you're all ill.
That is honestly my pet hate. I was meant to go out with Jakob last night. I cannot stand when people who are obviously ill and infectious choose to go outside, because I can only ever picture there's an episode of Scrubs, brilliant episode, where this guy, you see infection. So basically every time somebody touches something that's infected, there's like a little green glow. And this guy just picks up a random tissue and puts it in the bin. And he's got this thing on his hands, and he goes over to this old woman and he says goodbye to her and he gives her a hug, and that woman dies.
Damn, I thought Scrubs was a comedy.
It is. But I think about that all the time. I think, oh my goodness, I'm going to kill a sweet old lady. Let me just stay inside. Anyway, Gaby?
Gaby!
Mary Alice voiceover continued.
Part 2. The sequel.
It is not Topsy-Turvy that Libby works at. It's Temptation. And it's only so Mary Alice can say, Temptation. It's the name of a well-known establishment on the outskirts of Fairview.
I want to say that it's rebranded because the set looks identical, but then I don't know if that gives it enough time to become a well-known establishment if it's rebranded since Topsy-Turvy.
Maybe it's one of those where its official name is Topsy-Turvy, but it was called
Parent
Temptation.
Company Temptation.
It was called Temptation 50 years ago, so everyone still calls it that.
Yes, okay.
Its clientele is devoted. Everyone who goes there wants to get their hand on something, and when they cross a line, they are punished, as a certain married couple was about to discover. So a woman approaches Carlos for a lap dance, and he hesitates. So let's just flag right there, the husband ranking's not looking good. It's a bad start, Carlos. Libby has asked for an expensive camera from Gaby and Carlos. Very Jakob behavior. Extremely Jakob coded.
Hey, if anyone wants my baby, you know what to get me.
Libby is mad that Carlos and Gaby are there. And it's clear why, because Frank pops in, Libby's boyfriend. Everybody makes awkward introductions. Frank refers to the baby as our baby, rubbing her stomach, seeming excited. So naturally, Mr. and Mrs. Soulless are horrified. I've not got much to say on this other than, obviously.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
What did you all think was going to happen? Did you all think this was going to go well?
So now we're at the shady adoption lawyer's office again. Carlos and Gaby are back, and Carlos is raging. They mention giving money to Libby in the form of cash. And the shady agent is very stressed at money having been exchanged hands. Gaby's like, well, you said we could give her gifts. Who doesn't like getting cash? Which, you know what? I get that mindset. Fair. I do love getting cash as a gift. But he indirectly and unsubtly suggests that if Frank signs a parental rights waiver to avoid any trouble around baby buying, then it could all work out. And that's basically the point of this scene.
I quite liked that Mr. Beale, which makes me laugh because it's the surname of a prominent family in EastEnders. But it starts where you think he has standards. He seems horrified. And then you realize he's trying to cover himself. He's trying to cover his own bases. But the entire time through this arc, I just hear Rachel from Friends saying, "My boss wants to buy my baby."
Fair. Carlos is now packing a bag of $40,000 to offer Frank in exchange for waiving his parental rights. Gaby is not on board with spending this much. She says he's a bouncer in a strip club, offer him 8, and this spirals into an argument about how much a baby is worth. Gaby thinks 12.
How much is a baby worth?
I'm thinking 12.
Yeah. $40,000, which, as a reminder, is $68,637.58 today. It feels the 8,000, I think, is very similar in numbers to what Carlos was trying to pay that random woman for a boob job. So
a baby should probably be worth more than that.
I would say so. I'd say at least 12.
At least. Gaby's onto something there.
Yeah.
That's the scene.
We are back in Temptation. Libby is keen for Frank to sign away the rights of the baby. Libby threatens to go to the police for Frank's pot dealing. Frank threatens to get Libby done for stealing Sheila's tips. There's a great moment where the actress playing Libby is trying to look like they're still arguing in front of Carlos and Gaby, but silently. So she flops her hands about and shouts on mute. She's like, but it makes no sense because we can hear Carlos and Gaby walking away at the same time. I loved it though. I loved the choice. Gaby is... No, go on.
Gaby's starting to seem through this episode like she thinks this is a bad idea with how awful Libby is. And I guess it touches a little bit on like the whole nature versus nurture debate, but it doesn't really ever deep dive into it. And I'm like, they kind of keep hinting at it like, oh, well, you know, the mother is clearly not a great person. So do we want this baby? And I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's weird that they seem to hint a little bit at that, but then be like, yeah, but we're not going to explore it. Do you know what I mean?
Also, I would argue that Carlos and Gaby are equally terrible people.
Yeah, but in different ways.
So nature and nurture are both not looking great for baby Lily. Gaby's ready to be out of this entire situation until Libby reveals it is not, in fact, Frank's baby. Libby got pregnant after the Calgary rodeo where she was very popular. Way to go, Libby. It was clearly not her first rodeo.
I like it when she says, you have your hobbies, I have mine. And I'm like, yes, girl, I get it.
Carlos is laughing in satisfaction. Gaby goes, takes her bag, and offers Frank a, well, you take care now, as they realize that they get to keep the baby.
And the money.
Once again, Gaby has shown up to give people a set amount of money and then yanked it back. No wonder they still have money. They're trying to get it away, but...
Penny pinching. So Gaby and Carlos are running down a hospital corridor, having heard the baby is coming in a scene that we'll hear about later because we're not covering that arc right now. So they reach Libby's room to find
spoilers
for this episode that we're talking about and recapping now.
From 2005.
They reach Libby's room to find the baby has already been born. Apparently it just slipped right on out.
Don't like that.
No,
Don't
why
like
are we
that.
still slut shaming? Oh my God, I forgot her name. Libby.
Libby.
So Libby flags to the doctor the Solices as parents, or the nurse even, and the Solices are introduced to their new baby. And a little later, a nurse hands Gaby the baby, which is exceptionally cute, actually. And she tells Carlos that he was right, that it was all worth it, and it's all very sweet.
I think Gaby's nerves about holding the baby are really sweet and it's really heartwarming. Gaby looks, for the first time, deep. Like she has depth to her. There's something about that feels like is internal going on that's not shallow surface level. It's very interesting. So, Gaby is hogging the baby from Carlos, which I would be too, because I love babies. Gaby and
Rory
Carlos
has actually still never even touched the cat.
I just love holding. I love holding people, love holding animals, love holding the whole world in my hands. So Gaby and Carlos overhear Libby and Frank arguing about the baby dad, and Frank, drunk, decides a proportionate response is to light himself on fire.
With Gaby liqueur?
Yeah. Libby reveals the paternity test results, and Frank, you are the uncle, because Dale, his 19-year-old brother, is in fact the father. Gaby and Carlos naturally get anxious over this, and we have a kidnapping, people. It's not the first. It won't be the last.
No.
Let's go, girls. Carlos is struggling with the car seat, which is so relatable because those things are complicated. But we hear earlier Gaby saying, they're not ready. They've not unpacked. They've not done this. They've not done that. So Carlos trying to unpack and quickly assemble the car seat, I thought was a really nice touch. Also a really nice touch, Gaby knows how to do it. It's like her maternal instincts click in. She's like, no, it's this, and it's this. She is not letting that baby go without a fight. They kind of undo this later and then almost bring us back full circle again to this moment, which I think is a weird choice because it's like they have this moment of she's a mother and then it's gone and then it comes back and then I don't know. It's a little clunky
She's
for me.
growing into it, I guess.
Okay.
Carl comes over to Susan's for breakfast, and it's a full Mayor family breakfast. Susan,
It's a nightmare, is what it is.
Susan and her husband, Carl, are being very coupley, but Julie is Team Edie. Carl reveals that he proposed to Edie, but that, you know, it takes months to plan a wedding, so him and Susan will have plenty of time to get divorced. Julie is very on edge about this whole situation, and clearly, like, anytime they get a bit close, Julie's just like making little comments to be like, and don't forget Edie, and remember Edie's your favorite, and it's just like, oh, I hate this. I hate Julie being in this position.
It's so awful, especially because it's not that long ago that they've slept together and Julie said her piece, which is that, you know, she had to pick up the pieces for both of them when things went bad last time. And she's clearly excited by the idea that Carl moves on, Susan moves on, everyone moves on. And she's noticed the shift in dynamic, Susan feeding him, Carl referring to them as his two favourite ladies. And Susan is looking genuinely upset that Carl has proposed to Edie. For her, it's the car crash she knows is coming. Even her reaction to Carl booping Susan on the nose, she's so horrified. This is her Julie's worst nightmare episode title. But also, Julie's hair is darker.
Oh, I didn't notice.
And
She's
so
not
she
really
looks...
she's really not featured that much in this season, and it's deeply upsetting to me.
It's very upsetting. Julie the Vampire Slayer was on hiatus. It was filming, maybe. I also have to remember that some of the Julie the Vampire Slayer lore means that it was set in 2004. This is a modern day. So yeah, anyway, just gotta keep that in mind, very important. But the reason I like her hair being darker is she looks more like Susan.
Yeah.
Felicia comes to Mike's door and he is not happy to see her.
I love this scene.
But she drags him out to look at Mira Holt. This is an episode of names. Or is it this one or the next one? Let's find out. Myra Holt is chatting to Paul. And Felicia is very funny, saying, I mentioned to her 6 months ago that Paul murdered my sister when we were standing in the express line to the market. Felicia's problem is that Felicia's problem is almost that I think there's neurodiversity here of some kind. That's not to say maybe that some of this is neurodiversity. So maybe some of it isn't. I just think that she cannot fathom that she is out there telling the truth and people do not believe it. And actually, Paul is a lot better at marketing. And marketing is everything. And sometimes you have this idea in your head sometimes, if I just tell the truth, then everybody will know the truth. And actually, she sounds nuts.
Felicia's just a warrior for justice.
I think she has an intense, almost, this is why I'm bringing the neurodiverse thing. I truly think that she has an autistic, intense sense of justice going on. And she cannot understand everybody else's responses around her. To her, it is absolute madness that she could make this accusation and people don't get on board. But also the way that she is doing it, telling people casually in the line of the supermarket and telling people when she had her little press conference and things, it's othering her because people are like, normal people aren't like that.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. It's a really fascinating choice, I think. She needs some tact. And she's not been wearing a scarf in ages. Maybe the scarf was the source of her tact. So basically, Felicia is trying to get Paul, the only way I can say it is cancelled. And Mike says, that he isn't going to kill Paul anymore. And Felicia says, why not? Like a toddler. It kills me. And while it is clear that Mike has now let go of his rage towards Paul, Felicia has not.
Felicia's waiting for the sequel to June, and it's not coming.
It's not coming. Actually, when is the next Dune film coming?
I have no idea. I know that there's another June Lego set coming out this Christmas, so maybe around then.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah,
Good
it's going to be a big sandworm. Anyway.
Are you gonna get it?
No, I don't care enough about June.
That's fair.
So, Susan chums Julie over to Edie's, and she looks insane. This outfit ruined my life a little bit. It's absolutely mental. She's wearing this like floor length cardigan, and she's got her cane, and she looks like a weird mad scientist but cozy. It's the most bizarre look I've ever seen.
Someone needs to take these cardigans away from Susan. It's very important. Also, her hair is not good. It is too straight. It has been over straightened to the point where it looks like 2 strands of hair, and that is not Terry Hatcher's hair.
Gollum.
It's giving Gollum. And there's something about the fact that this is probably the worst Susan has ever looked, because Terry Hatcher is stunning, and she has a cane and she's hobbling about, and she's like, Carl, I want to be, I have feelings for you. And he's going, I want her.
So Julie is hesitant to have Susan chum her over because basically she doesn't want Susan to bump into Carl around Edie, presumably worried that Edie will start to see the chemistry that we've been seeing and start putting together what's going on. Susan claims that it's just her bitter hatred having settled into a respectful disgust. Great line. Ugh. They bump into Edie, who is taking stuff out of her car. Yes?
Sorry, before you say the rest of this scene, do you remember before where I said Edie is a gay man?
Yes.
Now explain the scene and tell me that Edie does not behave exactly like a gay man. Continue. Please continue.
So Eddie's taking stuff out of his car. And basically, she's throwing a surprise engagement party for her and Carl, which she tells Susan and Julie is secretly a surprise wedding.
Gay.
Now, obviously, Susan takes the crown for an insane outfit, but what is Edie wearing as well?
No.
It's got this like leopard thing that runs through her collar in 3 or 4 different textures and shapes. It's confusing to me. So Susan tries to warn her that Carl hates surprises. And she's like, he used to always say, like, Susan, don't surprise me. And it just sounds like such an obvious lie. But Edie's not buying it, and she's off to buy a wedding dress.
Gay. Also, guess who's marrying them? Very important detail. Edie's Pilates teacher.
Instructor, yeah.
Gay. Edie says a great line. It might be my quote of the week when she's walking away. She says, I'll be wearing white, so that'll be a surprise for everybody.
But then I'm like, haven't we seen her in white power suits before? I feel like we have. Or maybe I'm confusing that with Lynette's white power suit, because that definitely feels like
baby,
an Edie
you didn't
outfit.
get the joke. You didn't get the joke.
No. Well, explain it to me.
Wearing white at a wedding means you're a virgin.
Oh, yeah, I definitely didn't get that.
So that's why she said it'll be a surprise for everybody.
You know what? I have a new appreciation for that line now. There we go.
Susan is once again flagging down Carl with her cane. Carl! She spills the secret wedding beans. Unfortunately, Julie is watching from the window, seeing Carl rushing to Susan's side and them comforting each other. And she just has this knowing look on her face. I feel so sorry for Julie this entire episode. Oh. I think that's the thing. They're trying to keep Julie away because they're trying to make Susan look likable.
It makes sense. The math.
It makes sense.
Where are we at? Yeah, okay, so Carl and Susan are recapping their game plan before going to talk to Edie. Carl plans to throw Susan under the bus for ruining the surprise and then claim to want a big, elaborate wedding that Edie won't be able to resist and will take time to plan.
Yuck.
Do we think that Edie is trying to rush the wedding because she knows deep down that Carl's heart isn't really in it?
I don't know. I think there could be a bit of that. I don't know if it's because she knows Carl's not in it. I think this is so sad. I'm sorry. I think Edie has had so many ups and downs and so many heartbreaks. And she's like, finally, a man has chosen me and we're fun together. And we've chosen to live together. And his daughter likes me. And this is it. And I'm a little bit older. I mean, I know she's not that much older, but you know, she's like, in her head, she's like, I'm a little bit older. What am I waiting for? What am I messing around for? Let's do this. Like, we're in love. And it makes it so much more painful.
Yeah.
For me. That's my take on it. Because I do know when people, again, Edie's not old, to be very clear, but there are people who have in their head, you know, I'm older now, what am I waiting for? Let's just do this. And it tends to be that they feel older, so they'll move in with their partner quicker. They will do additional steps quicker. They might choose to have a baby quicker.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Also, I thought in this scene that Edie was so trusting at this point about Susan and Carl together. And I was like, oh, what a shame. Little did I know.
Yeah, so Edie comes to the door and she's like, come on in, guys. Got something to show you. Trust me, you're going to like this.
She said, I've got something to tell you. I've got news for you. So Susan and Carl walk in and Jim Rod is there.
Bet you thought you'd saw the last of me.
They actually pay him per word, which is why he says
has no lines.
Absolutely nothing in this scene. It's like an old newspaper article. Yeah, he gets paid per word. So Edie is wonderful here, I think. She is dealing with two heartbreaks at this point, in my opinion. She's dealing with Carl and she's dealing with Susan, who she's had this back and forth with, but ultimately she has learned to love in a sibling kind of way. There's so many layers to this. Her saying, I'm not going to scream or cry or pound your faces in with a mallet, which Lord knows is my right. But what I will say is that you two are the most reprehensible excuses for human beings that I have ever met.
Fair. Say that in this context.
She asks if Jim Ron has anything to add. He does not. He takes flowers out of a nearby vase and gives it to Edie for throwing, and Carl and Susan flee the scene. Now, does this mean that Jim Ron specifically tracked Edie down?
I think he's a little rat. I think he's a snitch.
I think Nurse Heisel's been in his ear being like, you know what you should do. You know what you should
Nurse
do.
Heisel's waiting in the bushes outside.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not saying anything, but I have tracked down his little fiance, by the way. And I don't know, I think you should say something.
Oh my God. And actually, that's what happens in this episode of Julie the Vampire Slayer. And Nurse Heisel's waiting in the bushes. There's a battle going on outside because Julie finds and tracks her down. There's a whole fight going on. We don't see it. It's happening.
Julie wasn't looking at Carl and Susan at all out the window. She was clocking Nurse Heisel in the back. There was a rustle in the bushes.
Yes. Oh, we're back. So,
but can I just say season 2 of Julie the Vampire Slayer is known amongst the community of Julie the Vampire Slayer lovers as a dud season.
Yeah. Oh.
We do know that. It's not the highest rated.
Yeah.
It's the Rotten Tomatoes rating is not great. They changed writers. It
Similar
got complicated.
to Desperate Housewives season 2. There were some problematic storylines. We don't talk about it.
Yeah, Julie the Vampire Slayer got really problematic at one point.
Almost cancelled. That's why we don't see her for a while when she leaves the lane in a few years.
Yeah, cute. And then they did a spin-off. Oh no, I'm sorry. Don't
Julie
worry,
the
guys.
Vampire Slayer, Nashville.
Julie the Vampire Slayer Original Sin came out. I'm so sorry, guys, but don't worry. We'll get there.
Don't you worry. So we're at Susan's now. Edie and Carl are at Susan's door. Edie lets herself in silently, arms crossed, still clearly furious.
Susan answers the door way too cheery for this situation. She answers the door like, oh, hey, what?
I think she's just, trying to, diffuse anything she can. Anyway, Carl informs Susan that Edie would like to discuss their little deception. And Susan wants to know how ugly it's going to get when we hear, I think this is my quote of the week, we just hear Edie calling from inside, "How long does it take to shut a door?" The delivery is just phenomenal because she clearly goes in like, "I'm not saying a word." And after 2 seconds, she gets impatient.
Edie is wonderful in this scene. This entire arc is handled. It feels very Edie, thank goodness. But Nicolette Sheridan does an amazing job.
Well,
Did I just mix up her name?
No, I don't think so. But do you know?
Did I say Toni Collette again?
No, you didn't. You got Toni Collette in the brain.
But she is also Edie's in black. We never see Edie in black. Edie is in mourning. She is completely betrayed, and she is rightly pissed. And I think she is pissed because they didn't come to her.
Yeah, I mean, we know that the scene's being handled well because Edie says exactly what we've been saying this whole time, that she would have understood if they'd just come to her. It's like, it's like,
Edie's thing has been consistently, even when they're kind of doing some weird stuff with her character, she's honest. She wants honesty from people, and she feels most betrayed when people aren't honest with her. So what on earth were they thinking? But the fact is, Carl doesn't care about her, so that's why. But I do think ultimately feels more betrayed by Susan, because this was all her, as she says, this was all her idea. It was her idea to help Susan. She wanted Susan to get medical care. She wanted Susan to be okay. She was setting Susan up with a gay guy. And Susan's the one that's gone behind her back?
Insane. Yeah. So they're very apologetic, and Edie is essentially ready to give them their punishments. So Carl is going to pay for the most obscenely extravagant and expensive wedding.
Sure is.
And Susan is going to plan every detail. Edie doesn't want to lift a finger. And Susan counters with the offer of planning her engagement party, but Edie wasn't planning to invite her. She will, however, need someone to serve drinks, telling Susan to make sure she enters the back door. I mean, I would never trust Susan to plan my wedding. I feel like that's a recipe for disaster, but I get it.
Doesn't she say at one point, Susan's what, your church mouse status?
Yeah, when Susan's like, I don't have money, I can't afford a big extravagant wedding.
Yeah. I think we've said this before about Gaby. Because we see Gaby's POV, we have to root a little bit for Gaby. Because we see Susan's, same thing. From Edie's point of view, I would like to point out this woman burned her house to the ground, then befriended her, then secretly married her fiance behind her back. What on earth is going on?
I do think at a certain point it's kind of on Edie for continually trusting Susan again and again. And it's like, fool me once, fool me twice, burn my house down, a third thing.
I think Susan is clearly her invitation into that group of women, and she wants womanhood and women friendship so badly that she will forgive Susan essentially everything.
Oy, oy, oy.
Oy, oy, oy. It's Edie and Carl's engagement party. Paul has shown up.
Obsessed
and Edie has
with him getting an invite.
Well, Edie invited her ex-hookup to her engagement party. You know what that is, Jakub? Say it with me. Gay.
Petty. Oh, both.
Edie is a gay man in this episode. So, Paul has shown up. Edie's happy to see him because she wants the present. Edie likes to be inclusive, she says. Edie is, I think, a prime example here of there is no world, I think, where Edie thinks Paul murdered Martha.
Yeah, I mean, if she genuinely thought that, she wouldn't invite him, I don't think.
No. So Edie is enjoying ordering Susan around with elaborate drinks orders, and Carlos finds out at the party that Libby is in labour, and Gaby's in shock and freaking out. and she freaks out to Lynette, and Lynette's trying to calm her down. It's really sweet. Gaby's talking about how inconvenient it is, and Lynette says, "Welcome to parenthood." It's great.
Susan at the bar hands Julie Carl's cocktail recipe book to help her with the drink Edie wants, and Julie in this book finds that photo of Susan that Carl keeps around, which I'm sure has come up before, right? That was in a previous episode, yeah.
Yeah, so remember when they had, when Carl and Susan had their little affair the first time, which was because Edie had kicked him out because she'd found a picture of him and Susan.
Yes.
And then we saw that at the end of the episode, it was this picture that he's still got.
But didn't we see at that time Susan find out about the picture?
She did, but I believe there was 2 pictures. There was one of just Susan, I think, and one of those 2 together.
Right, okay. Because she seems like, what is this in this episode? And I'm like, I'm sure we've covered this.
Yeah, it is a bit odd.
Okay. Well, in any case, Susan goes upstairs to confront Carl, who looks kind of like he's packing, but that's not acknowledged. And Susan wants Carl to swear that their marriage is fake, that he wants to marry Edie, but this is simply not the truth. Carl tells her what we've heard before, that Carl looks at the photo from time to time as his punishment, and then he kind of throws himself at her. He basically says he'll do whatever she wants, but throws Susan off of the bed at the last minute before Edie enters, who takes him back downstairs to open some presents. And it's just so exhausting.
It's the perfect example of Carl is actually out for himself. He throws Susan, who after an operation is still having to walk with a stick, off of a bed. You know, if that doesn't really exemplify that Carl... I do think in some ways Carl knows he really screwed up with Susan. I also think Carl, at this point in the story, cannot change.
No. This next scene is delightful. Delightful. Episode highlight.
Edie is unwrapping gifts, and Lynette gave Edie serving bowls. Edie is clearly unimpressed until Lynette explains she kindly taped the gift receipt to the bottom of the present. Edie's delighted. Classy.
I love that Edie's only really mad at Susan and Carl, but she seems to just be taking out her anger on everyone because she's so rude to Lynette about this bowl.
Oh, I think Lynette's like, I know you, so that's why the gift receipt's at the bottom. And she's like, okay. Okay. Less classy is Felicia's gift. Edie is excited because the best things come in small packages. However, inside, and I can't sugarcoat this, it's Martha's teeth. And again, this to me is an example that Felicia is autistic.
I see it. I mean, yeah.
She's like, well, I wanted to give you something personal of Martha's since you two were so close. And she had all of these denture problems. And, you know, when Paul Young, pointing to Paul behind her, when Paul Young strangled her, crushed her windpipe, buried her alive next to a garbage-strewn hiking trail. And their answer to this is they cut off Felicia's beverages. They're like, you've had enough. And Julie's face is hysterical. She's like, don't blow my cover. Paul just awkwardly puts his drink down and leaves.
Quite frankly, I'm surprised that Paul stayed once Felicia turned up.
Yeah. Did we also... Well, Paul's behaviour this entire episode is wackadoodle. Did we know... Or is it next episode his behaviour is wackadoodle? We'll find out. Did we know that Martha was buried alive?
Yes, because she was dug up, and I think, remember when she gives her little press conference and stuff, and she's talking about all the grim details.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I just forgot that because I was a bit... Oh.
I also love how when she's like, oh yeah, that's Martha's teeth. Oh, she had dental problems from a very young age. I love how she's still like giving digs to her dead sister, even beyond the grave.
Even though she's like trying to avenge her, but she hates her. It's so bizarre.
Also, Edie is not Felicia's friend because like she wouldn't have invited Paul if she was really friends with Felicia, you know?
I think at this point, who's really friends with Felicia?
Yeah, I don't think
because I
anyone
think
is.
I got the impression when she was first introduced that Edie was making an effort with her, and then was kind of,
Well, I tried.
I'm out.
Moving
I'm
on.
out.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
They had that group chat in the email chain, and they've made like a subgroup chat now without Felicia.
I think so. I think there's a secret group chat. Kicked out the
Karen
group chat.
and Edie only. Yeah.
I think they kicked her out when she moved, when she disappeared for a while, and they were like, sorry, it's like a residence only type of thing. And they just never let her back in. They saw that she got rid of the bob and went, you're not cutting it anymore.
Yeah,
I
soft
miss
pump.
the bob so much. Because she doesn't seem as classy anymore, which I think is intentional. They're making her more and more unhinged. When we see her first, she's so curated and rich looking, and everything looks precise. Even the cut of the bob is precise and exact, and she's clever. We're starting to see that as clever as she is, she's losing it. She's losing control.
Yeah, the more down this revenge path she goes, the more consumed she is by the emotions.
Unfortunately, she is not Amanda Clark, so she is not equipped for the level of revenge required here.
Correct reference. Very niche. The girls who get it.
The girls, if there's one thing Jakub and I love, much like Julie the Vampire Slayer, it's a very mediocre rated television show.
Let's start a revenge recap podcast.
I would rather die. But I will say that one of my Victoria in the Asylum
Phenomenal.
is one of the greatest. Yeah.
Right, we're on to Bree and Lynette combined arc.
Our two girls.
I kind of love it.
Me too. And also, the first thing that I want to say, even though it's your scene, so I'm so sorry.
Go for it.
Frozen glasses in the freezer. So classy. So classy. Big fan.
Is that in this scene? I didn't even clock it. Okay, so Bree enters her kitchen to find Andrew's lawyer. She's as good a host as always to him, and we hear that he's left her a list of witnesses that they'll be deposing in Andrew's emancipation case. Top of the list, you guessed it, it's our girl Lynette. That's it, that's the scene.
Well, interestingly, it's Lynette. It's Kara McCluskey. Where did our original names go? Because the next name is Andrew Williams, which is just the name of her son and the name of her ex-fiance.
That's
And
true,
then-
actually.
Which apparently was an ex-colleague of Rex's. And the fourth, John Alexander. Where are our funky names? And I think it's because I thought this was the episode of names. Next episode is an episode of names.
Okay.
They were building up to it.
I'm excited for it.
So, there's lots of things going on with the weather in this episode. There's a big storm, which I think is significant. The big storm is brewing. Bree stops by Lynette's porch, and Bree tells Lynette that she's joined AA, and she apologizes for everything, and they hug it out. Bree mentions the court case, and then probably, wanting to contact Lynette. Bree asks Lynette what Lynette will say about her, and Lynette says she will focus on her good qualities. Jakub, the rain stops.
Erin's picking up on those details, baby. Erin does what Erin does.
It's, the storm has ended between them. Things will reconcile. There's this possibility in the air that the bad thing is over. Lynette straight away, as Bree is leaving, pulls another Erin McGee and says, you didn't apologise to soften me up for the deposition, did you? Very confrontational, very on it. Bree says, of course not. I just want you to understand something. And eventually it all boils down to Bree telling Lynette that Andrew is going down the abuse angle. And Lynette asks if Bree wants Lynette to lie. And Lynette is clear that she's going to tell the truth. Also, Lynette has one of Penny's hair clips in her hair in this scene. It's really cute.
Oh.
Like one of the ones, and it's like, I just picture them being like, mommy, mommy. And they did who did the costume this episode?
Well,
The
speaking
wardrobe.
of costumes, they're both wearing red in this scene,
Yes.
and it feels very intentional. So I'm wondering, is that foreshadow to show that they're going to be aligned by the end of this arc? Or I don't know, what's your read on the outfits? Because that's not random for sure.
No, I mean, at first, I did notice they were both wearing red. At first, I thought, are they both red flags? And then I thought about, again, this kind of like war metaphor that they were both at war and then the rain stopping. And I wondered if it was maybe something to do with that.
Maybe. My other thought on this scene is that two things can be true. I do think that Brie only went over there because of the witness list, but I also think that she meant her apology.
I agree. And I think it's very important that, for a reason, one of the steps is making amends. And I do think that as much as Lynette is on the deposition list, she has also been on Brie's list for quite some time, and this has been eating away at Brie. These women don't like to be fighting. Not with each other. With their husbands, yeah.
Yeah.
With their children, yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing at what you called the scene after this, but please continue.
Oh my God. When I watched that scene, I was like, and as you know, I was doing the notes quite far in advance, and I was like screaming that I wouldn't be able to talk about that for like a couple of weeks. I was losing my mind. We'll get there though. So Andrew's lawyer meets Lynette at her office to discuss the deposition in advance. Lynette doesn't want to testify, so he shows her a photo of Andrew with the black eye Justin gave him and warns that he can compel her to testify. And Lynette does seem a little conflicted in this scene. She doesn't immediately go like, no way. Like, she's a bit hesitant.
I think it makes sense to see a picture of a child beaten up. And in this moment, not throughout the entire episode, but who Brie has been, Lynette cannot recognize right now. She does recognize Andrew right now. And we presume that Andrew's never done anything like this before. And Brie's the one with the substance problem. Or the alcohol problem. Is alcohol still classed as a substance problem? Comment below. So it makes sense that there would be a flicker of doubt.
Yeah. I wasn't judging Lynette for it. I just clocked it.
Oh, babe, my assumption is that you're not ever judging anyone. That's my job.
Oh, that's a poor assumption to make.
So Brie comes into her AA meeting early to see Peter. Brie is introduced to Donna. Why does that matter, Jakob? Why does it matter to us to see a woman called Donna in a plaid shirt?
Not just any woman called Donna. As you say, in a plaid shirt, slightly larger, like scruffy, darker gray hair, big lesbian energy, despite what we find out later. It's like, basically, this is the character Donna from the TV series From.
Yes.
Before her
Basically.
time. I think I think the reason this is one of the only episodes she's in is because after she stops being in the show is because that's when she gets trapped in Fromville.
Please let us know. Do you want a bonus episode on From? Because it's on the tip of our tongues. It's there. It's waiting for us. And there will be spoilers.
God.
But all of our theories will be wrong.
Yeah.
So Donna is Brie's new sponsor. Peter has passed the buck to Donna. Peter is making valid points about their dynamic not being helpful for the recovery of either of them. But Brie is not looking for another change in her life, despite the fact that Donna and Peter have extremely similar haircuts. Brie begs for support from Peter, and Peter says she will have support, but not from him.
Gaby has stopped by
Remember
Lynette's
her?
office. She's in everyone's arc. She's literally in every arc this season. Calm down, Gaby.
Yeah, top billing Eva Longoria.
She has stopped by Lynette's office so she can talk about the photo left by the lawyer. Gaby is fully Team Brie, having been a rebellious teen herself, and she knows what Andrew could be capable of because she would have done a hell of a lot more than that to get her way or whatever back when she was that age. But we know she was also in like quite an extreme living condition when she was younger as well.
Yes, and Lynette makes some great points. Bree's unrecognisable. She has been drinking. She has spanked Lynette's kids. She has hit her mother-in-law. Again, I think it's a good... Lynette states her case and makes sense when she's stating her case here.
And I like bringing back all those details from previous episodes as well. That was nice.
Yeah, really nice. And just good writing. Jakub, would you have done a lot worse than punch yourself in the eye to get a car?
That's hard. I think you have to switch out car with something I would give a shit about.
Lego Death Star.
There we are. I really don't think I would, but I was not a rebellious child in the slightest. So
Me neither.
that's
We're
just
so
not in
boring.
it's not in my veins.
Also, I'm not going to do anything that makes me even mildly uncomfortable.
I'm just not meant to live an uncomfortable life.
I'm not meant to live an uncomfortable life.
Do you know what I would punch myself in the face for? To magically have curtains hanging on my wall. But that's not going to happen.
Do you know what, actually, for DIY at this age, at this point in my life?
Get that hammer, babes. It's coming towards me.
Oh, here's a question. If I begged you to punch me in the face, would you do it?
I would need to know why. I wouldn't, if you didn't give a reason, absolutely not. But, you know. If you gave me the right, if you convinced me, I would. But, you know, that alone would not convince me.
What if I said that I was on OnlyFans and somebody wants me to get filmed getting a black eye and they will give me £1 million?
Are you splitting that with me?
No.
Then no.
You're like, that's what your husband's for.
I love how it was like, no, you need to give me...
I didn't read it like that. I didn't read it like that.
But I love how you were like, I was like, sorry, you need to give me a valid reason. And then it very quickly switched to, if you pay me though.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, if you start throwing around numbers like $1 million, like...
I know.
Hey, I'll do a lot then. You get a lot more than a car for $1 million, let me tell you.
Which is crazy because I remember when we were talking, when Bree is in the cell with the sex worker, you're like, oh, I saw myself for less.
Well, yeah, but punching in my face is very different because I'm not punching myself in the face on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's fair. So
what a
Donna,
random plotline to tangent to go off into.
So Donna is at Bree's. She is proactive. She's letting her know that she is a proactive person who isn't big on snacks and is not a lesbian.
She makes that, it's very important for her that Bree knows that.
Bree says, well, good for you. And Donna clarifies that any vibe Bree is picking up on is all on Bree.
But you know what? She wouldn't be saying that if it hadn't happened before. So, you know.
Yeah, I think she's sponsored people in the past and they've fallen in love with her.
And who wouldn't?
Side note, Bree is glowing in this scene. It's the green, her hair is perfect, her skin looks gorgeous, she just looks amazing.
Yeah, well, she's definitely like wanting to put up a everything's fine front to Donna for sure, so that makes sense.
Yes. And Bree is trying to get Peter back essentially, and Donna calls out Bree on everything. She's wonderful. And she says that this is why Donna has a 99% sponsor success rate, which by the way is insane. She's telling her to get up. She's taking Bree on a hike, which is how Donna in From ended up in Fromville. I'm not kidding.
I know.
She's
I
on
know.
a hiking, hunting trip with her sister. When I was just a little boy. People are messaging us being like, yeah, love the Desperate Housewives chat. Please stop talking about From. Nobody watches it.
We simply will not. We simply will not. But yeah, she says that hiking is a great way to take your mind off of drinking. And I'm like, I don't know about that because I vividly remember hiking to the top of Mount Rocco in Kobe. And at the top, there was a bar. And I was like, thank fuck, I need a beer.
I do think that physical exercise of any kind can distract your brain, but I agree. The last time I remember consistently climbing anything was climbing Arthur's Seat to underage drink my Bacardi breezers. Orange.
Yes.
Thank you for
The
asking.
Good old days.
The days of yore. And why did we do that, people? We can say this now because we're adults. Because the police, if they came, would not run up that hill. We'd be quicker than that. I actually realized that only 5 minutes ago I was talking about how we weren't rebellious kids.
I don't know if like underage
don't think
drinking
that's-
in a park or whatever counts as rebellious. That's
My
the
mum
norm.
knew where I was.
Yeah.
My mum knew where I was. She'd bought me my beverages. She was like, "You will have 4 Bacardi breezers and you will thank me for it."
It's not like my parents specifically said not to do that. I just did it.
Yeah, it wasn't in a list of rules.
Yeah, you got to be clear. So Lynette comes home in a fancy silver big car, and she's also in her fancy white $900 suit from season 1. She's giving
And
rich,
she looks
honey.
stunning. Like the matching blouse with the sunglasses. And I think this might be my second ever Lynette outfit of the week.
I mean, I guess it's very much her first outfit of the week again. Just slightly
Sorry.
differently worked.
Oh no, the last time I gave Lynette outfit of the week was the cowboy on the bar.
Yes. We definitely gave her one in episode 3 of season 1 at the dinner party from hell when she had the white dress on.
Oh yes!
I'll never forget that.
White is her colour.
White is her
But
colour.
This also feels very much like an Edie outfit, the way she's accessorized it. In my head canon is that Edie's real estate outfits have slightly rubbed off on Lynette.
Nice. So she's parked up near Andrew, who is out front playing with his basketball, who compliments her sweet ride. And Lynette picks his brain and essentially has set up a trap for Andrew. And it's very clear to her after this conversation that Andrew really is only interested in emancipation so he can get his trust fund money to buy a car. It's almost like he's forgotten Lynette's even on the witness list. Like,
Yep.
And I feel like, to be honest, I feel like Andrew's smarter than this to have his guard down around Lynette, you know? I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah.
Andrew's been pretty smart in how he's conducted all this horrible blackmail of Bree and everything. And it's like, you know, Lynette is clearly Bree's friend. Like, why? Anyway, I just thought it was odd that
I
Andrew fell
think
for it so
he's-
easily.
Yes, I think he's underestimated the dynamic of Brie and Lynette because that's the bit he's not good at. The last he's heard, they're not on speaking terms.
Sure.
Brie passed out drunk, taking care of her kids. Lynette is mad. So he's gone, I'm completely safe here, without realizing that there's love underneath that. And also, I loved Andrew trying to milk Lynette for a discount code.
Fair.
She was like, Lynette 10 at checkout, babe. I'll hook you up with a code. Oh, I love this scene. So, Brie enters the deposition after Lynette has been sworn in to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, etc. The lawyer starts questioning Lynette about Brie's passing out drunk with the kids incident. But Lynette says her children are like rats and they scurry away often. She does not hold her responsible. Lynette says of Brie, I trust her completely. She is a wonderful friend and a fantastic mother. She puts the rest of us to shame. Andrew's fuming, babes. Lynette denies Brie has a drinking problem, saying she lined up the bottles on Brie's porch to help with recycling. And the lawyer talks about the consequences of perjury. But Lynette makes very intense eye contact with Andrew as she says she hates liars.
It's the most unsubtle head turn. It's so funny. I loved it.
So did I. And Lynette looks over to Brie and Brie is tearing up. I know this is, I guess, spoilery. It's really hard not to be, but I have to talk about it. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
We are deprived of information in this moment that we get later on, which makes me look at this all completely differently. Lynette herself has an alcoholic mother who was abusive. And that changes, I think, everything. It explains why she doubted Brie, explains why Lynette was so torn between wanting to instinctively believe the child in this scenario. And then when she worked out Andrew was lying, the absolute rage she must have felt knowing that when she's trying to help Bree as well. It also explains why she was trying to help Bree with her alcoholism. Everything lines up so much nicer when you have that information.
Yes. Oh my God, that didn't occur to me at all.
But it also means, for me anyway, that is why Lynette so firmly goes against her instinct to tell the truth and say, Bree's not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And also why she says specifically she's a fantastic mother. Because her own mother
is not fantastic.
It's not fantastic. I do kind of wish we'd gotten more of that from Lynette, more of the information about Lynette earlier to kind of add a little bit of level to this. But, you know, it's a rewatch. We can talk about it. But I thought it was worth.
It's such a heartwarming scene. I loved it. Loved it.
Just two women sticking up for each other.
Oh.
It's me again. Jakub messed up.
Yes,
it's not my fault. It's not because I just want to keep talking forever. So Peter is pulling up to his giant house, by the way, and Bree cold calls him. Bree looks adorable here. I don't like the hair, but she looks like a garden. And this top looks very, very, very familiar to me. Have we seen her wear this before?
I don't remember what she was wearing, to be honest.
It's like a baby pink with roses on it.
Maybe.
I think we have. Bree invites Peter to the engagement party because if there's one thing Bree is going to do, it's invite weird half-love interests to important events in her friends' lives. What are we doing? She says because Peter isn't her sponsor anymore and that she relaxes with Peter in a way she can't with other people. Which I do think is true. Did you believe that?
Yeah, I do believe that. I don't think that's her motive for inviting him, but I also believe that.
I think what she seems to really want is an honest relationship, not even romantic, but with anybody. And because Peter has seen her so raw, she's then putting that on him. Like, she needs to learn to open up to other people. Peter asks her not to call him again and hangs up the phone.
It made me sad.
Made me sad. This scene, the next scene, made me real sad. I was, in fact, angry.
We see Bree hit up a bar, asking the bartender his recommendation for something to get her stinking drunk. But it's all just a ploy to get Peter to come and pick her up once she passes out. And he wakes her up and asks why she didn't call Donna, but clearly we know that, this was all just a plan to get him back in her life.
But yeah, no, it's also messed up because she is putting her court case in jeopardy over this man. She is desperate and manipulative and also willing to put her sobriety in jeopardy for this. It's wild. It's out of control. It's not Bree.
It's almost like, and it's because she's addicted to Peter that she ends up going back to her old addiction. It's not because she's craving a drink, and that's the crazy part.
That's exactly it. She's self-sabotaging herself on purpose. Ugh. Mary Alice voiceover. Temptation comes to all of us. Whether or not we succumb depends on our ability to recognize its disguise. Sometimes it arrives in the form of an old flame flickering back to life. And we get a very cheesy shot of Susan touching a fire and then her lips.
I have just a paragraph of, I don't need to read it. It's just me ranting about how stupid that shot is.
Please read it.
I mean, we see the most stupid shot of Susan warming her hand on the fire and rubbing her lips as if she's conflicted by the Carl of it all. But even regardless of what happens going forward, I still struggle to believe that even with all their chemistry, that Susan had any of her old feelings reignite. I just don't believe it. I really don't. I can't visualize that, and to have this stupid little metaphor. Do you know what I'd rather see? Someone raising the stakes during a poker game.
I actually think Susan's had feelings for Carl this entire time.
I know where this art goes, and I still don't believe it regardless.
I think she's not been able, I think they've both not been able to let each other go. I think they're 3 years out of a divorce. I think Susan is so convinced that she can change this man, or I think even when they broke up, she was entertaining the possibility that they would get back together one day. And this is kind of a manifestation of that. But the touching the flame, the old flame, they are whacking us on the head with this metaphor, and I hate it. Hate it. Or a new friend who could end up being so much more. We see Peter taking care of Bree. Or a young child who awakens feelings we didn't know we had. Gaby rocking the baby and Carlos looking nervously out the window, presumably for the police to come. And so we give in to temptation, all the while knowing, come morning, we'll have to suffer the consequences. And then we just get this very ominous shot of Carlos and Gaby's house. Jakub Tansey, who was your worst neighbour?
I think it might be Bree, for a reason that I've probably used 1,000 times on this show. It's just, why are we inviting people who aren't invited to things?
I get that.
That's not, that, no.
Mm-mm. For me, I had Felicia for coming to a party and giving a corpse's teeth as a gift.
Fair.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Who's your monster of the week?
Yeah.
For me, acronyms.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to top that, so let's go with acronyms as monster of the week.
It's better than that time we said the bath.
I don't know. Bring the bath back. I want a return of the bath. Evil bath.
I really hope it's like episode 20, old bath.
Okay, husband rankings. Carlos.
Ay, 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 ay.
So he's down at the beginning for the bit in the strip club.
Yeah. Other than that, I'd say average.
So just 4? Or do we give him a point for being supportive in stealing the baby?
Is it bad that, I kind of want to.
Because we're thinking of it not from a legal perspective, it's the husband perspective. So maybe back to 5 then.
Yeah, maybe 5.
Okay.
I can already hear people being like, you gave Carlos a 5 in the episode he kidnapped a baby. Yes.
And what of it?
Come get us. Carl.
Oh, Carl can get in the bin this episode too.
He's playing both of them off of each other. He's prepared to throw Susan under the bus, even if we're just looking at Susan. Two.
Oh, yep, that's it. That's it for the husbands this week.
Good.
And that's it for us this week.
Yeah, it is. We're doing a double record this week, so this isn't the last you'll see of me.
Yeah, I'm excited for lunch.
Love. What's great is I would love to go for lunch, but I have a cat in my lap, and so I'll just wait.
And that's on you.
Okay, I've been Erin, and she's been Maggie.
Bye. See you. Oh, wait. Stay desperate.
Wow, you're not even thanking everybody for listening and thanking our patrons.
I'm hungry.
Okay. Well, if it helps, guys, I love you. So remember to stay desperate.
But only for Erin.
Only for me. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Be sure to check out our Instagram for visuals, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
You can find us by searching for Modded, that's MEWDYD.
Or just search for Mary Alice, What Did You Do?
This podcast is brought to you entirely by us, Erin McGee
and Jakub Tansey. If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to leave us a review. It really helps us out.
Join us next time for another episode of Mary Alice,
What Did You Do?